of renters in New York City is between 65 and 70%. So the biggest issues that landlords face with problematic tenants is non-payment of the rent.
I know the financial blows. We're not talking about $10,000, 15. We're talking about $2,000 a month times 48 months, plus the legal fees.
So why am I considered this bad person that I have to support another family?
Paying rent is your obligation. You have to pay it on time. No one lives for free. If you want to live for free, I would support a program, learning how to hunt, learning how to fish, give you a tent, and you live all the way upstate, live off the land. That's how you live for free. That's the only way.
I rented my apartment out to a tenant. She falls behind on the rent, and then another month I even lowered the rent for her, and I just saw it just wasn't getting better. It was just going to be a problem tenant, and I tried to work with her, and next thing you know, it became a personal matter where we just didn't get along, and she would just cut me off, ignore me, and I really didn't have much direction to go. So I had to take the legal process, which is pretty disappointing in New York City. To sum it all up, it would be almost 2 years where she would live here rent-free. She was working full-time for a law firm, for a nonprofit, making a good salary from what I understand. The courts gave her more time, even though she didn't ask for more time, had no consideration for what I went through, for my finances, for my struggles. No, sir, I didn't even have a chance to speak. As a result, she and her boyfriend decided to end with a nice exit by extorting me for an extra $2,000. That if I didn't pay them $2,000 in cash, even though they lived here for free, they would stay for the extra 90 days that the judge already gave them. And as a result, they might even go back and ask for another 90 days. And he flat out told me, and she'll get it. We're not talking about $10,000, 15. We're talking about $2,000 a month times 48 months, plus the legal fees, plus if they want to trash the place, because a lot of times they take it personal. So you could lose easy $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on one tenant. That's really much what it comes down to. Renting out to New York City is a serious gamble.
We purchased this property 7 years ago to supplement our retirement income. And we inherited one tenant who always paid late, but it was manageable. Last year in November, he didn't pay rent, and then he didn't pay rent in December. So my husband went to him in January and told him, listen, don't pay me what you owe me, just move, because I can't be running after you every time for the money. To which he said, there is nothing you can do, because the system here protects only tenants, does not protect landlords. So why am I considered this bad person that I have to support another family? My tenant, it's 3 adults in the house, him, his wife, and his son who's 30-something.
The percentage of renters in New York City is between 65 and 70%. The biggest issues that landlords face with problematic tenants is non-payment of the rent. There are other issues like people bringing pets in without consent and noise and damage to the unit, but the most costly is problematic tenants not paying their rent. We've definitely come across people that don't pay and then refuse to leave the property, and then we just go through the process, which involves written warnings and notices from there to try to get them out, but it is a timely process. So after the lease is signed, the tenant moves into the property, and then they don't pay their rent at some point during the lease terms, and the process to get them out in New York is incredibly difficult and litigious.
And basically, I knew then, like I know now, that the laws in New York City are not very fair for individuals we call landlords. So if you rent your apartment out to somebody and they decide to stop paying you, which is what happened to me a few times, you have no choice but to go through the process, which is a very lengthy and costly process, which could be a psychological and financial nightmare for a lot of people. These systems that are in place that they feel are helping tenants, they're actually hurting them. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because after somebody that goes through what I went through, what do you think it's gonna be like for me to rent out that apartment to the next person? I'm not gonna do it so easily. It's like a bad relationship, or you've been cheated on, or a heartbreak. You're gonna be very, very careful.
It's very popular today to ask landlords for money for keys. It used to be in America that something like this, it's called extortion, and you went to jail for it. But today, it's legal way of extorting money from people. When I talk to my lawyer and I ask him, well, what's going on? How can we, get rid of him, get him out of the house? He says, Isa, that you cannot understand how many landlords are crying to the judge, and there is nothing you can do. This is what's going on.
Landlord first. Issues of unfairness right now on eviction. On the court side itself, there is no adjudication on a speedy way. Many landlords express years of frustration, 1, 2, 3, even 4 years of no resolution. So I default the city and I default the governor not hiring enough housing judge, and also not having judges to adjudicate this. Not have a bill to help adjudicate for a 2-family house and below, no more than 6 months adjudication, 4-family and below, 3 and 4 family up to 1 year to adjudicate. Anything more, anything larger, there should be a speedier judgment on that. Now, no one lives for free. Okay, in this society, everyone has to pay for rent. We have people complaining about the city ordinance on managing of buildings, rules and regulations, safety. There is no one-size agency that addresses all these issues, and they're very, very expensive. They're very onerous, I know. So that's regulations that also, which is necessary for health and safety for the tenant and the homeowners. But also, I believe it's way too much regulation, and there should be a advocate for both sides, for both tenants and the landlord, how to adjudicate these discrepancies. I think we're having too much regulations.